Hey everyone, and welcome back to Grounds Family Farm. Today, the girls and I were left home alone, so who knows what we're going to get into, but we've got to start by working on this trailer. As y'all know, whenever we buy the bulk bags of feed, that we store them in this trailer until we use them up and get them put in the barrels, and we have sprung a leak. Part of it we knew was an issue because the top vent came off, but then also it's got a few other leaks inside, so we're going to try a couple things to see if we can't fix it. For the top part, I've got some silicone. We're going to try to put the top back on. And I'm going to try, well, it's Stop Leaker or Leak Stopper, but it's a knockoff of Flex Seal. So we're going to see if that'll work if we spray the inside, if that'll help seal it off. Because there's a few spots where maybe it's rusted through the roof and it's messing up our feed. So we're going to try to fix that and see what we can get done. Abby's going to be here to help me. Izzy's back there with her chickens, and Louie's just hanging out. So this is what happened. This vent, we tried to open it one time and it popped off. Oh, there is a hornet's nest in there. That was a nice surprise. I've been carrying that all over the place. At least it didn't get me. So what happens when we tried to open this one time, it just popped completely off because by looking at it, it looked like maybe the screw heads had rusted off, and so it was just the silicone, which had pretty much dry rotted, that was holding it. So I'm going to do my best to get all this scraped off, cleaned. I'm going to maybe try to put some new screws in it and then run a bead of silicone around it first. We got to peel off all this old stuff first. Couldn't find our paint scraper, so found the next best thing. Someday we'll need to repaint this whole thing, but for now, we're just making it where it will not leak. Okay, I may have to get the grinder because there is a screw there, or the base of a screw that's still stuck in there. Okay, got the grinder now and some glasses for safety. I'm just going to grind this screw off. Okay. Decided to go ahead and knock off some of that loose rust too. I think what I'm going to do now is kind of dry fit this and see if we can offset it a little bit where the other screws were. And tap some new screws through there. So I think that'll still be good right there. We're going to see if I can get these to go through without having to drill pilot holes. They're supposed to be metal screws or self-tapping, so we'll see. If the battery hadn't died, that would have worked. Okay, got a new battery, so... Oh yeah, that worked really good. Except for the fact the old metal washers from the old screws are still on there. Which I guess... I could do one there. I'll just try this again. So now, with two, we know where to line it up at. Let's see. Which I guess if I went ahead and did the other two, at least roughly where they were. we know where to just run our beads of silicone. Okay, so now we know where all of our corners are. Blow these shavings off. We're going to put a heavy bead of caulking. That's supposed to be clear. That does not look clear.
Maybe it dries clear.
Maybe. Then we're going to put it in our holes too. Even though they have a washer, I'm just... Okay. So now... figure out where all these are again. Tighten them down and we'll be good to go up here, and it'll be time to get the inside ready. Oh yeah. That should work wonderfully.
Let's hope.
What?
Yeah, I hope it does.
Yeah, I know. Let's hope it does. It's going to be a little messy up here, but nobody ever sees the top. Huh? Hi. Izzy, you done checking your chickens? I'm just going to put a bead around this edge. Just for kicks. Shut that, and then we should be good to go. Time to go to the next spot. Okay, so we're fixing to spray the inside with this. Where all these cross beams are, it's rusted along the edges, so I think that's probably where the majority of the leakage may be happening. And then also, there's a few spots that don't have paint in the middle that might be, so we're going to just kind of rub this down to get the loose rust off of it.
I will help if I can reach.
No, stay back. This is nasty. I don't want you to be breathing. So I'm not going to take the time to power wash this right now to try to get it super clean to do this, because I don't even know if this is going to work. So I'm just going to get the best. But I can see a few little spots right here where there's holes. So it's mainly where the welds are. But hopefully this will get this taken care of. And it won't leak anymore. Okay. I did bring a mask, so I'm not breathing all these fumes too bad, and wore an old shirt, so Kimberly wouldn't get mad if I tore up a good one. But we're just going to try and see how this works. And I bought black so it wouldn't stand out as much, but because they only have black or white. This is where it might get tricky. Okay. Okay, I can see a hole there, but I got it covered up. So this can's empty. I do have another can, but you're supposed to wait 20 minutes between recoats. So before I open the other one to start on this, I'm going to wait till that has 20 minutes to dry. That way I can touch up the spots that need a second coat over there rather than having to start on this, wait another 20 minutes, and hope it doesn't clog in between. So whenever we get started with that one, we'll just use the whole can up, and then hopefully that'll be all we need because it's looking pretty good. I did find a couple little pinholes that look like they're covered, but I want to hit them for sure again with a second coat after this dries. Okay, it's been about 20 minutes, so we're fixing to get masked backed up and get started again. We'll start back here what we haven't done yet, just to make sure that we at least get a coat on it. There's just a few rusted spots back here. I'm going to just sit with it. I don't know that I have enough to coat the whole top. That would have been ideal, but this stuff's expensive for keeping. Well, this one's stopping up. The old dried up tip works better than this one. Well, just spits and sputters. Well, isn't that some junk? The can clogged up and it won't spray even with the other tip. And it said to turn upside down and spray it for 3 seconds to clean it out. But I think they just made it clogged up worse. It's just sitting there bubbling. So I guess we'll have to run to town. When we pick up the feed, we'll go ahead and pick up another can or two of this and finish this up and let it dry before we actually put the feed in here. But I was hoping to have this done before we even went. But clearly junk. And the thing is, the first can worked so great, but this one, not so much. I may actually get the name brand can of Flex Seal so I don't end up running into this, because the fact that this is still 3/4 of a can and it won't spray, not a great buy. Okay, we are back, and I didn't get Flex Seal brand, but I got Gorilla Glue brand because that's a name brand too, but it had 2 extra ounces than the Flex Seal for about the same money, so I figured I'd give it a go. I'm not even sure where I left off a minute ago, but we're going to just probably just kind of hit this and see how it... Oh, wow. This has a lot more power that's spraying with it, so maybe it's going to work out. Coverage is much better with that. So the main thing's going to be back here over the feed, because that's where I don't want it to leak. And I know I keep working this area over, but that's where I saw the major problem. Just like that, it's empty. I'm going to try this tip on here and see. So if this works, it's going to be crazy. But I'll take it. Well. Oh well. Yeah, that's crazy. The Gorilla Glue tip is working on this other can that wasn't working earlier. Okay, so we didn't lose our whole can of other stuff. We just needed a better tip. Because like I said, that spray tip from the Gorilla Glue worked great even on this can that had clogged up on us. So we got a little bit more usage out of it, but I think this is going to work really great to keep our feed dry. Like I said, a lot of it was the fact that that vent had popped off and then the few little pinholes that were along these cross members in here, but we got good coverage on that. Everything looks like it's sealed up well, so now we're just going to have to wait and let it dry and get our new feed put in here that we picked up today. Plus time to go get cleaned up. And I'm just going to add this little tidbit in. I had my mask hanging up right there, but I forgot to put it on. Fumes weren't bad in there, and no longer than I was in there, it wasn't a big deal, but I meant to wear it, just forgot it. Okay, while we wait for the Flex Seal stuff to dry on the trailer before we move the feed in there, we decided to go ahead and get started on trying to get this run figured out. We found out that we had a couple of issues that we ran into after the fact, and we're just going to kind of lay it out and see how it goes and figure out if we're going to do some adjustments or if it's going to work, but we'll tell you a little bit more about that later if it doesn't work out. Okay, can you go hold this against the building up there? Just touch it right on the end of it. Yep, right there against the... Yep, there you go.
Is it going to be extended all the way to here?
Do what? Yeah, about right in here. Okay, can you let go? Or no, I mean, yeah, let go, and then I guess walk to this other side. You have to... Here, you walk behind, and I'll just weave it through. And just touch it to the building. Up just a little bit. There you go. Okay, that's good. Okay, this is where it's going to take both of y'all. And hopefully, y'all can do it.
Oh, this is taller than me.
I know.
Taller than you?
Yeah. And we'll see if y'all can balance this back here.
I probably can. I'm strong.
So y'all come on, whichever side y'all want to be on, just get on the same side so y'all can... No, you probably do need to come on this side because I'll have to hook up the panels on that side. You got it? Yeah, hold up. You may have to hold up high so it doesn't... Don't let it fall on you. If it starts to, just run. But make sure you both run so somebody doesn't get squished. Okay, yeah, just hold it right there.
What,
Cause...
coyotes can't get through
I mean, if they try to dig, but we may have to put wire on the bottom.
there?
Something. We're going to do another one a little bit lower. Let go and see if it'll stay.
Run!
Okay. So this will help us mess with it so we can kind of see how this is going to work. Do y'all want to help move this one or not?
Yeah!
Here, I'll pick up and y'all just kind of push from the other end, okay? Yeah, this is just so we can kind of get the layout of it and see how this is going to work out. Okay, well, we got this part done. Okay, it's got to pull y'all's in toward the building.
Oh, that's neat. Wait,
Huh?
I'm gonna make it.
Yeah, we've still got some adjustments to do, but we're gonna have to raise the building up a little bit so that it fits up flush. Yeah, just come here and hold these together on the outside.
Yeah.
Just hold, squeeze it. Okay, now let go and see what happens. Okay, it's gonna stay for now. Like I said, this is just getting it close because we still have some adjustments to make. Like I said, it's just gonna take that. We're gonna have to raise the building up a little bit so that it's fits better at the bottom. I'm gonna slide it. Y'all got just hold this one. I gotta slide it in some. We're just getting it where it'll stand for now. Till Mommy gets home. Hopefully these zip ties hold it till she gets here. She'll be home in less than an hour. Okay, let's see if it'll stay now. I've got a thing to fix the gate where it doesn't drag. But we need to get this fixed first. So, okay. So, what our problem is, okay, if you look at the bottom, this gap right here, but where it's touching up here, we're going to have to raise this side of the coop up to make it where it will be level with that, and then kind of dig out the dirt along the edges where it's going to sit, and then we'll get things figured out. But we'll probably dig out the dirt first and kind of get everything set in place, and then nudge it up to work against the coop. But we're going to wait on Kimberly for that because I think I'm going to need a little bit of help. So like I was telling you before, there was a problem that we might run into, but I wasn't sure yet. But what the problem is I wasn't thinking when we were building panels, and I just built them all 12 foot, and the coop's 10 foot wide. So I was like, well, let me try it and see how it looks. And I didn't like the trapezoid look of it. So we built another panel and another 10 foot. So we're actually just going to extend this out farther. Got the coop leveled up pretty good, where it's a lot better than what it was. And I've got this string down here that it's hooked onto the front of the building. We just moved it over till it touched the back of the building. So it should be where the coop will line up in line with it and look pretty good. So I'm going to run through here with a hoe, just kind of knock off the high spots right along the string. And then we're going to start putting up panels and see how it goes. And we'll still have a little bit of cleanup work around the front of the back of the coop and all that to make it work. But we'll wait till we get done with this first.
Yeah, it's definitely coming together. It's starting to look like a chicken coop.
Yeah, and like I said, on this, I don't really want it buried, but I want it where it's not got a bunch of low spots either. So it's just kind of smoothing out. A rake might have done better. I don't know.
Yeah, you thought you were going to have to do more of a trench than you are, though, so.
Yeah, because I don't want to do a trench is the only thing.
Yeah.
Because then the boards will be sitting underneath the ground in water, and when it rains, which stays pretty dry up on this hill, but I think it's just better if it's not in a trench.
Yep, I think
So I
so
just
too.
want to kind of knock out these high spots and make it where it looks fairly smooth. And I ran the tiller across this the other day just to make it where the dirt was easier to work with, but which it'll help for smoothing things out, but it's still a pain too.
Yeah, so with the extra panels, since we'll be taking that one from the end and then the other one that we built will actually get to go all the way to where he's at now. So that's really nice. Or almost where he's at.
It'll stop about where this one is.
That's good.
Close. I think
Yeah.
that's going to work for now.
Okay.
If you'll just kind of guide that one till I get close, and you'll need to be on this end. Okay, come down here.
Okay.
And then,
Do you want me to go ahead and make sure my end is up against the string or no?
yeah. So we just don't want it to push out on the string any, because then it'll mess up the other ones. And this is where we'll run into stuff, because it's not going to be exactly level because this is not level.
Yeah.
So
Just do the
hope
best we
that don't
can.
bother you. I'm going to say I just hope that don't bother you.
It didn't bother me. So this is the wrong panel, right?
Correct. We'll have
Okay.
to stand that one up and then get our short one over there.
Okay.
But the problem is that's on the other side of the string, so we'll have to lift up and go over if you can.
The
Panel right there.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, that looks really nice.
Do what?
That looks really nice down through here.
Yeah, like I said, I wish this was completely level so that it would be completely level on top, but it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And then just stand it up.
That's close right here. Do you need me to push?
No, I just need you to balance it for a minute.
Got it.
What we'll do is we'll get the end piece. Well, I don't know, because that'll stay.
Do you want to just do the other side and then?
That's what I was going to say. As long as that'll stay standing, I mean, if we get it done and then get the end piece on and then adjust as we have to.
And then after that, we'll go back and tighten everything, put in
We'll
more
put
and
probably a couple more screws in each one and just make sure. I'm just putting 2 to make sure that we got everything.
yeah.
That looks pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can just hold pressure right here in the middle,
Okay.
like up, and then I'm going to cut these and then, that's crazy. It's just standing on its own.
Well, it's got all that dirt lumped up. Oh, nope, it's not.
I know, I saw it coming. But
Thinking, please don't injure yourself.
so I'm going to dump this down this way.
Okay.
So they'll be inside where our string's going to be. And then this one I'm going to move before I dump.
Okay.
You'll just hold pressure on it. Where it's out of the way. So now let's just kind of take a look back and see if we like the way that that's going to line up for our other stuff.
Okay.
Which I don't know if I would move it now anyhow since we did all that work.
I think that's going to be amazing. Yeah, that changes things a lot, not being a trapezoid.
Okay, that's right at 10 foot instead of 10 foot 2. So we may have a little bit of adjustment to do, but that'll be pretty close. One problem we may have is this has quite a bit of fall right back here.
Oh.
See what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know if I should go get a bucket of dirt, put in first. I just don't want a big gap, and I also don't want it to be so far off that it won't work. What do you think? Because right there on that back corner.
I mean, if it'd be easy enough to add in right there, then it probably would be better long term. Because yeah, it's not even the whole length of the panel. It's just
Yeah, it's just this back.
like the last half of it.
I'll stretch the string back out now and then use the rake to smooth that up some. So
Okay.
you just have to help me get lined back up.
Yep.
Because I'm sure I can't find that
I
same
can do
hole
that.
again. If it'll just sit on, if I had to get a little bit more to fill in on the outside edge, I'll do that. But
Yeah, so what we decided to do was to go ahead and bring in that load of dirt because it did slope off quite a bit right there at the very end, and it was only like the last half of that panel, but still that would make a huge difference in how it lines up and everything else. So figured it was better to fix it now while we've got everything moved away and all that, rather than trying to fix it later, because it's a lot more hassle when there's panels attached.
I think what do you think?
Yeah.
Because it's going to stop up before I get to this, and then
Yeah, that'd be fine.
if I have to put in some more right here just to make it look right.
Yeah.
But I think it's where we can start standing panels.
Yeah, that'd be bad for that to swing open.
Does that look good?
Yeah.
Supporting it?
Yep.
Or yours need to move?
Mine needs to move just a little bit.
Yeah, I can tell. And this will be the one that causes the second most trouble. And the last one will be the one that causes the most trouble.
I'm ready to pick up whenever you are.
I am. Yours needs to go out, don't it?
Yeah.
I don't know. We may have a slight issue because it feels like these are leaning.
Do I need to lift one way or the other?
I don't know yet.
If I need to lift up, let me know.
I mean, I can pull it to make it work, but it's just a matter of... Let's see if it'll stay.
Yay!
For now. Okay.
I'm so excited about this.
Like I said, I wish the whole thing was level end to end, that way it would go, but like even like this side's higher than that side, so.
Yeah.
But that's because the ground's sloped, so.
Yeah, we can't really fix that part, so I'm not worried about it.
No, so now we're just gonna have to, we'll see if I can knock this down some.
Okay.
Across here.
All right.
But not knowing exactly how it's gonna fall. Because it will run at an angle, so this one's gonna have to run at an angle too to match up. How's that look down there?
Long.
Okay, that's what I was saying, is it wasn't quite.
But these, remember, there was a little bit of a discrepancy with the string. So I say
It'll adjust.
just adjust it to match on this
Yeah.
end. It'll be fine.
Let me get this one put in and then we'll
Okay.
get that one. If we have to shift the whole thing, we'll shift the whole thing. Yeah, I'm going to throw a couple more screws in each joint.
Uh-huh.
And then we're going to have to put a little support thing on the gate and enclose that right in front of where the coop area is.
Mhm.
And then it's going to be start transitioning the coop into an actual coop.
That area right there at the back of the building, it was not completely level, so we did go through and level it, and we've got blocks under there now, so it is level, and we should be good to go on that, except for, like he said, enclosing that part, because right now chickens could slip underneath it.
Yeah, I don't know that they would as low as it is, but they could.
Yeah, we don't want to give them any opportunity.
No, we're going to go ahead and throw some more screws in this and then go from there. And I don't know if we'll need some more, maybe
Yeah.
T-post or some sort of bracing.
I say T-post would probably be your easiest bet.
Just do like at a, maybe on the inside. Do it right at a joint.
Yeah.
May have to hammer them in with a sledgehammer so that
Mhm.
the pipe, the other thing may try to hit that. That way I can put it right against it.
Yeah.
I don't know that thing I bought,
Uh-huh.
I don't think it will reach that far across. Because it's 42 inches and that's 4 foot.
Mm.
So what we may have to do is put a board, lift, and then screw it in. We'll try that. I need to measure first. Okay, this door's sagging a little. We bought a screen door support thing, but it's not long enough to reach. So I'm going to try to do it with a 2x4 and see what happens. Worst case, it doesn't work.
Need me to hold that door for you?
I don't know. What I want to do is shut it.
Mhm.
Can you push that all the way? Well, I don't know. Hang on, leave it out a little bit. And then, so we're going to see if we can't fix this with a 2x4.
Be really nice
Where
if
it
we could.
will not drag. And if not, then I'll go find one of those other things that are longer. I'm sure they make them.
Surely.
Maybe. Let's see. Okay, I don't think it fell. Perfect.
All right, yeah.
Okay, as long as that stays. I may need to get a couple other screws just to put in there to be safe, and I'll put them in from this other side.
Okay.
Oh, I'm going to grind those off too because they went all the way through.
Okay.
Since I had to go up at an angle. I'm going to put a couple more in here just to make sure that this support holds since it's holding the door up, and then hopefully with that, our door won't sag. But if it does, we'll figure out something else.
Just so glad that worked.
Yeah, at least for now. Like I said, it could still sag later because, I mean, the wood,
Yeah, over time.
yeah, over time may shrink or swell or do whatever, but for now it's holding. Okay, so this pretty much finishes up our chicken run. We are going to put some T-post at the joints on the inside, and then I'm going to get some metal strapping or something to strap those to it to hold everything to it to make sure that it's more stable since this is, what, 36 foot long by 10 foot wide.
Mm-hmm.
But for now, since we're running out of daylight, I just grabbed a couple 2x4s and did some support braces on each wall. That way we got some rain that might be coming in tonight. And if it storms, that should keep it from blowing over till we can get everything done, because I'm not sure that I got any metal strapping right now. Plus, it's about to get dark. So
Yeah.
I'll probably go to town tomorrow, grab some of that, and be ready so that tomorrow afternoon we can finish up this part. And then it's going to be just a matter of cleaning out the inside and turning that part into an actual coop. And then the chickens will be ready to move out here. Well, we do have to close off this front part, but
Yeah.
haven't decided exactly how we're going to do that yet. But it's something that I don't think it'll be too bad. Like I said,
No.
Kimberly was talking, we may use metal or something to put across there, or
If we have a wide enough board, we could even do that.
yeah, either a board or we may just run some wire across there. But we're just going to have to play it by ear and see how that goes. Because I think if we did wire, we could probably take that rabbit cage wire, because it'd be smaller, cut it down the middle, and you could probably get 2 runs out of
That's true.
one on it, and then just staple it to the back sides of these panels and then to the front of the coop, and then that would be good.
Yeah, that'd work.
And then, like I said, once we get the inside done, we'll actually cut a hole out here, make a ramp for them to come in and out. And we may put, I'm going to hold off on the top to see if we have issues. If we have issues, then we're going to put some sort of top on it. And it may be just putting boards across and putting like a shade cloth or something just to keep stuff out. And we may end up doing shade cloth just so they have a shade to get into later anyhow. But all that's for the future. But I know this has been a super long project since we started, but we are starting to get there.
Yeah.
And then as soon as we get done with that, we've got a lot more exciting stuff ahead that we're going to build. But it's getting dark. We still got a little bit of stuff to take care of. But we appreciate you watching, and we'll catch you next time on Grounds Family Farm. Bye.
Bye, guys.